Is it gonna let me into this one? Nope. Okay, well, we're none the wiser on how the fuck to get in. Great. Love that. Yeah, it's really not gonna let me in. This is just gonna take me up, right? Huh? How does that help me with anything? Oh shit, where are others?
Don't blink.
Ah! I don't get it. What did I get out of that? Oh, there's the bubble. I couldn't see the bubble. Holy shit. This isn't helping me get in. I think this is just a side mission. I don't think this is even related.
Incoming.
I don't think this is helping me get in at all. I seem to be just be going further down. I might seem to be going up. Okay.
Don't blink. Grow, grow, grow. Power that ended high jump. Incoming. Hey. With sword comes
Oh,
shadow.
that's... I tried to change to Jane and it didn't work.
Barbados.
There we go.
Guide us. Don't blink.
Don't you dare fall off, girl. I'm just going down. This is not helping. This is not where I'm supposed to be. This is useless. Or are you now going to take me up? Oh, okay. So I am supposed to humor the weird thing. A dangerous liquid that is modified somehow by the energy flow. If you remain too long, you have issues. Cool. Great. Swell. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Retrieve? Is that one of the 4 components? That's cute, but why are you showing me him? How does that help me? I don't know why I had to take the octopus's abilities, but okay. And for the bajillionth time, let's head this way. Okay, so I thought because the bubble was on top, I was ignoring it because that's what put me up in the first place. So I thought it was just the exact same bubble. But I guess it's a different bubble. How is anybody supposed to know that just by looking at it? It is the same bubble. Right? No, we're going down. Oh, it's just taking us straight in. Or not. Oh. Ow. Oh, for Pete's sake, where the fuck are we going? Just to the bubble. Okay, so we do have to play its games still. Fine. What? I can't compute, sorry. Oh, you want me to go around? I'm assuming that's still a no from this point. Oh, I already did that part. I don't need that. Seriously? Where am I trying to get to? Oh, over there. Ah! Does that mean I'm good to go? Yeah? Wait. God, it's a little windy up here now. I didn't notice that earlier. Alrighty. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Still not helping me with the Hydroculus, though. Never mind that I was meant to get off 15 minutes ago. What? The absolute living shit is that? Look, you game. I'm calling you on your bullshit.
At the ready.
That wasn't the answer? Oh, that's a separate thing. Ugh. Look, I was looking for a bubble and I saw a bubble. Wait, what? That was the answer? No? Yes? No? I am very confused. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to fall off because it takes a long time to get back here. What the hell? Well, I can't get to those. Am I supposed to be shooting? I'm so confused right now. I'm gonna fall off the edge. Oh, fuck. That didn't accomplish anything, did it now? Okay, so that was the answer. Why would you turn the camera like that when I was heading forwards? Well, let's hope we don't need her again.
Ready for anything.
Mm-hmm, that's nice. I'm gonna assume that was the right thing. Okay. Sploosh. Hello? 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 There we go. Okay, so 2 of them were easy. 1 a little less so. Yeah, okay. Is it going to have something to do with that one down there? Where? I don't see it. Whee! Oh gosh. Who creates things like this? Like, from a Fontaine Research Institute perspective, who the hell creates these kinds of puzzles? Four. Yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to figure out which direction the Hydroculus was in. It was this way somewhere, right? But I don't see it on my map. Maybe this wasn't the right direction. I don't remember what direction it was in. Well, it's not appearing. So... Unless it was just the one at the top. Yeah. I don't know where I was. Do I have to go fight the thing now? Still know where Naka is. That Mr. Naka really knows how to create trouble for others, just like that boss of his, Edward Eastinghouse. What are you doing here? We really can't catch a break here. Not only did the explosion break off the condensing components of the device, but it also destroyed the self-sustaining system of the inhibitor. I'm about to remove the two backup musia, whatever, cores in the experimental field generator and use them to supply energy to the inhibitor. Luckily, this big fella can't move, otherwise we wouldn't even have time to run. It's just not moving right now, you mean? Hey, knock on wood, don't say things like that. What if it actually starts moving? Don't worry, its main source of energy is that big chunk of archeum behind it. Although the archeum is transformed into an activated state, the explosion damaged all the energy supply lines, so it's lost all of its energy supply. Huh? The archeum kinetic core should have been right here. Where did... hold on. You said that the Nemosa cores were a backup energy source. And isn't the activation condition for backup energy sources the complete loss of energy? So Naka took the power source is what you're telling me. Having knew it would from the start. Edwin, you scoundrel. What did you do to this thing? Edwin is not the problem, honey. Naka's the problem.
Hey, cut to the chase.
This is super loud. There are only two Nemosa cores powering it right now. It's easy for you to say. Now I can barely... What? Ah, ouch.
Don't blink. Hey! With sword comes shadow.
I'm just gonna iframe through you, sir.
Incoming. Got lucky that time.
Ah!
Got lucky that time. Don't blink.
God, it took a while to die. It stopped. I knew you could do it. Quick, grab us 2 cores. Let's go hook up the power. Just like before, you go connect the energy source, I'll adjust the device. Finally, it's stabilized. I guess all the parts just moved. I still don't know how to get to you. The archeum has transformed into an inert state. We and the Fontaine Research Institute are safe. For now. But it seems there are ever more secrets. As for things you'd like to know, I will... As for the things you'd like to know, okay. It wasn't just me. Yes, I verbally misread the first bit, but I did not misread the second bit. I will happy to answer, but not right now. What I can tell you now, based on my hypothesis, is that Mr. Naga stole the Archeum kinetic core and triggered the small explosion. But before explaining in too much detail, we should return to the Institute and place the proper notation and partitions into this interlude. Or at the very least, we need to stop Miss Journalist from getting more deeply involved. The Archeum kinetic core is connected to too many other matters, and we must handle it in complete confidentiality. Look, sir, I don't agree on that front. You've made a complete, I don't know, clusterfuck of the entire situation, and it's just getting further out of hand. I think you need some other governing bodies to kind of step in at this point, considering it's like a national disaster at this point in time, and with the Archeum kinetic core being stolen, the shit just hit the fan. So I'd like you to cooperate with my work. Cooperate with your work. You're not saying to play along with your lies, are you? The scarier something is, the more you should share it with others. Then we can all work together to deal with it faster. I have my doubts about that, you two. Every matter has its own way of being dealt with, and in this instance, we must first call for silence. I disagree. The minute you start employing silence, things go bad. But I promise that I would never have you steer from your moral standards or demand that you have the same standard of behaviour as we do. All I ask is for you to remain quiet. Sir, lying by omission is still lying. You need not do anything else. You might be wondering why I would have you remain silent while telling you the truth. I'll just come out and say it now. Your coming here is the only good fortune that our institute has had in nearly 100 years. No matter what happens, what the cost is, we must maintain good relations with you. I'm sure Mr. Tressul feels the same way. Is telling the truth also a cost as far as you're concerned? Is transparency something you consider a cost as well? Yeah, you're only just telling us the truth now, which you should have done ages ago. Just what sort of cost is that? Dear lady, Paimon, telling the truth, honestly, is, in truth, the greatest price one can pay. Let's go back. Well, maybe it's time you paid it. Are you really trying to, put the shit back in the closet after it's exploded? No. The cat's out of the bag. You need to just stop trying to be secretive? Secretive. And hiding things. Let's go back. I ask sincerely for your understanding and to provide all necessary cooperation. Oh, honey. I don't lie for others. Absolutely not. You can go jump. I have no fucking idea how to get up there. None at all. Unless... I can't even climb that. I have no clue how to get up there. I'm at an absolute loss. Is it like a wind machine or something I can follow?
That's everything.
I have
On to the next.
zero idea how to get up there. Oh, I missed one. I just... What? I'm gonna have to Google it. And that just humiliates me. Why is this so hard? This doesn't get me anywhere. There's no purpose to what I am doing. There's nowhere to jump to. Because I can't even make it to there. I don't understand. I don't understand a goddamn thing. Do you think if I go up here I'll be high enough to get onto a useful piece of stone? I don't. I can't. This is as high as I can get. Unless I can get onto there from here, but I don't think I'm high enough for that. Oh, sweet dear God. I'm going to reiterate, this is not a platforming game. There's no way we're going to get that. So the only thing I can think of is to get onto there from here. I have no other way I can think of to get across. And just hope and pray. Where is it? I wish you would climb on that. Oh my God, you're gonna give me a heart attack. Can she climb? Okay, she can climb. That's something, I suppose. Oh, God. So, you have been... Oh, I don't know why the fuck she decided to just fall off that and why she would not grab on. My God, but you've been an absolute bitch to get. Holy shit. Back to the Institute, I suppose, where I'm going to 100% tell the truth to Miss Crony because the people deserve to know the truth, and I swear you need a higher power of authority to start overseeing you because I don't trust any of you with any of this stuff at the moment, to be honest. Miss Crony, everything we do is in the best interest of the people of the Court of Fontaine. So what you're saying is that the Fontaine Research Institute predicted the explosion just now. Are you kidding? Do you think I'm a gestionnaire? You can't hoodwink me that easily. I think Monsieur Choiseul has expressed himself clearly enough. The situation is still under control. The status quo of the Court of Fontaine will not be adversely affected. Now, allow me to make a statement explaining the events that really occurred. That's enough, mister. I don't believe you for a second. Lunara, you should have seen everything, right? I'm begging you, tell me the truth. Let's cooperate with Raimondo. Fuck that. I'm telling you the whole truth and nothing but the truth because no one in this building can be trusted and things have gotten a little out of hand. I'm all ears, my dear Lunara. You tell Crony everything that has happened from beginning to end without omitting anything. About the large archeum and the experimental field generator. About Naka, who is missing and could be alive or dead. And about Raimondo's accusations of him having stolen the archeum kinetic core. And of course, what Raimondo cares most about, the central laboratory ruins that could explode again at any time. I'm shocked. Mr. Choiseul, were you aware of this? Of course, my goodness. So the Fontaine Research Institute doesn't even have the courage to face their own mistakes. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I had no way to articulate it, so I've gone for very simple sentences. But that's what I was thinking of earlier. When I was going on about out of the closet and cats out of bags and shit. They've made mistakes, and instead of owning up to them, they continue on with their silence and continue to beg for silence. But it's like continuing to not speak about it. You're not owning up to your mistake. You're not facing the music, so to speak. Just to cover up the fact that you couldn't deal with the archeum problem, you did absolutely everything you could. What I find most surprising is that you even tried to trick Lunara, who has been doing their utmost to help. You even wanted to use Lunara's credibility to convince me that Naka was behind all these crimes. Huh? Crony, did you really understand? I completely understand everything, dear Paimon. Thank you for dropping such subtle hints for me. Hints? Did we drop any hints? Of course, I know what the Institute really wants to hide. The fact that the central laboratory ruins can explode again at any time. Or to put it another way, archeum is still a threat to the entire Court of Fontaine. Ridiculous. A person's life isn't something you can throw away to help spread your own lies. I've already told you the truth, Miss Crony. Please listen to a final word of advice. It takes only the slightest bit of effort to fixate on something, but it always takes more brain power to avert your gaze from it. Haven't we heard that before? Enough. I won't listen to another word you say, nor will I dwell on this. Your words, deeds, and all the facts concealed by the Institute will be reported on in the next issue of the Steambird. Good day, gentlemen. and you deserve it. Miss Crony strides away from the Fontaine Research Institute. Thank goodness it's finally over with. Oh, and thank you too, Lunara. I didn't do what you asked me to. I thought you too. Honey, I was never going to do what they asked me to do. You thought I would throw a tantrum at you and scold you for not doing what I said? My dear Lunara, since the beginning, your job has only been to escort the researcher to the ruins for an expedition. What I asked you to do was above and beyond the call of duty. My call of duty was to the people of Fontaine. It would have been great if you kept your silence, as that would have saved us a lot of trouble in the future. Yes, yeah, well, it sucks to be you. But it's not necessarily bad that you told her the truth. I believe that now that Ms. Crony has gotten what she wants, she will not bother us again for the time being. She will tell the public everything. I believe she will do that. I hope the people of Fontaine will like the truth she publicises. But as for us, we still have much to be concerned about. For example, the whereabouts of Mr. Naka and the Archeum Kinetic Core. But shouldn't we first give you a few awards as well? Monsieur Toisul, would you do the honours? Oh, of course, that's right. I already prepared everything. There's a certificate, trophy, and other forms of remuneration too. But before that, let's take a group photo together. The one we took before had dinner. I've seen the explosion in the background. Yeah, but that makes it cool. This new photo must be decent enough to be worthy of your status as our honorary senior researcher. Toisul and Raimondo stand in the same position as before, and an institute researcher takes a photo for everyone. Perfect. Look at us. A decent bunch of decent people. The ostentatious awards ceremony is finally ended. This scene just isn't explosive enough for my liking. Hey, stop it. No more exploding. Anyway, explosions in Palma have nightmares. A certificate and trophy are for you. I'll post a copy of the cert on the Institute bulletin board later. I hope our researchers will follow your example. On this path, we must strive to take the lead, overcome all obstacles, and put in 120% of our... I actually have more questions for you. Of course, I know what you want to ask. Even though your questions are all, extremely complicated, I'm willing to answer them. In any case, I believe we'll have more opportunities to work together in the future, honorary senior researcher. Fontaine Research Institute Chronicles complete. This ends here. Oh, I actually got a trophy? Lol. I don't know where it goes, though. Oh, is it going to be here? I don't see it. Still don't know what these things are doing. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to see my trophy. Is this something I can help you with? Oh my word. Why do you think that Naka is still alive? Considering the interests of the Institute and my personal point of view, I do in fact hope that both he and the Archeum Kinetic Core were obliterated in that explosion. Ah, that's the spirit. That would mean that last traces of Edward Eastinghouse's influence here would be gone for good. But like I said earlier, that explosion was actually a small-scale Archeum fragment resonance. Moreover, most of the Archeum fragments in the explosion radius were all waste that have been fully depleted of energy. Logically speaking, even if a large Archeum chunk had gone out of control, causing the ore waste to resonate, such a violent explosion should not have occurred. The only possibility is that someone specially collected Archeum that has not been depleted from other areas and piled them here. They then overloaded that large Archeum chunk on purpose to create an Archeum resonance, so as to trigger an explosion to cover up certain traces that would have existed otherwise. Naka has always conducted research with Edwin and has a good understanding of the nature of Archeum. It wouldn't take him much effort to do something like this. Still, that's just my preliminary conjecture. As for what happens next, we'll need to wait for the Research Institute to conduct a more detailed investigation. But why did he steal his core? This Archeum Kinetic Core is the most cutting-edge technology created by the Fontaine Research Institute to date. It wouldn't be a bad idea to sell it or use it in the development of another project. But considering his level of academic expertise, I would rather he sell this Archeum Kinetic Core for a good price. No! No! Bye! I'm going to go stand on his other side so I can't make that mistake again. About the Archeum Kinetic Core. Before we discuss this further, I believe Naka or Ms. Crony must have mentioned something to you already. They must have told you that my research projects and those of Edward Eastinghouse had some overlap. But this is not entirely accurate. In fact, this Archeum Kinetic Core is the fruit of my joint research with him. In theory, if we constantly inject this kinetic core with enough energy, it can easily allow the experimental field generator to run at full power. After creating this core, we both realized a problem. We could barely find any way to keep injecting it with enough energy to keep it at maximum power. Edward and I tried powering it with a mixture of Nemosa and Archeum energy, or by connecting large numbers of Archeum ores in series to create a superpowered group, but neither worked. That was the situation until we found that giant Archeum. Although it was always in an inert state, Edward and I were pretty certain that this ore had unprecedented purity. We believed that with the right treatment, this ore could definitely output the large amount of energy we needed. But then Edwin and I had a disagreement. I offered up a more conservative proposal, but he wanted to solve the problem rather more quickly. You should know everything else that happened after that. Yeah, I mean, kind of more or less. About Edwin. He was a genius in the field of scientific research. It's no exaggeration to say that his talent was only second to our first director, Alan Guillotin. At the same time, he was an inhuman monster. Nothing mattered to him other than his scientific research. Edwin was willing to do anything or pay any price to advance his research. He once told me that research results were the only remuneration he needed. He said, "I don't need any remuneration. To me, research itself is the best reward." However, even though Edwin was a pure researcher, the people under him were all experts, in furthering their own interests, that is. Some secretly sold research assets, some plagiarized research results, and some used his name to scam others. Oh wow, sounds like an absolute delight here at the Research Institute. They ruined the Fontaine Research Institute's reputation little by little. Like I said before, as long as his research could advance, Edwin wouldn't do anything about this. In this way, they used Edwin's name to take all the Institute's resources for themselves. The Institute could only continue to conduct detailed reviews on the personnel and funding of Edwin's project team. Mr. Trassoul led many of these review operations personally. However, in the mouths of such people, these actions were construed as bureaucratic arrogance and distrust of researchers. More and more conflicts took place between us, and no one knew how to resolve them. But now, those conflicts no longer exist, because everybody related is dead or has disappeared. About the current situation. Your question is not a technical one, but rather an administrative one. I think you should ask Mr. Trustwell about this instead. And doesn't the bottom one have overlap? Didn't he really answer that there? Oh well, why do you think he stole the core? Do you still remember me flipping through the pictures Ms. Crony took in the ruins? There's one of Naka working in front of the suppression device. It's quite blurry, but I'm quite certain that his actions are definitely not part of any operational procedure. That doesn't really mean anything though. Maybe a thief came flying across from the nearby mountain and stole the core. That's most definitely impossible. The energy flow of the Archeum here is the best anti-theft measure there is. No ordinary person can withstand it. Besides, the timing of the experimental field generator's activation is simply too perfect. It cannot be a mere coincidence. I have a preliminary conjecture. Naka, or should I say, the one who stole the core likely removed the Archeum kinetic core early on, activating the backup energy source. However, Nemosa cores are relatively inefficient energy sources, and they have to keep up a continuous output of energy to reach the activation threshold of this contraption here. Hence, this person intentionally activated that large Archeum chunk, creating a modest but rather noticeable explosion. That's great. The question actually was, why do you think he took it? And you haven't really touched on that. This way, when the Institute sent someone to investigate, they would be certain to fix the Archeum inhibitor first. And by the time they realized that they'd have to go to the experimental field generator to retrieve the backup energy supply, the generator would have already finished charging. From a technical perspective, such a modus operandi is highly probable, and those within the Institute capable of doing this would only be Edwin, Mr. Naka, and myself. I doubt Edwin had the opportunity to do anything to that effect, which leaves two remaining suspects, myself and Mr. Naka. Maybe this is all you're doing then. Yeah, you said that Naka lied, but you've also been lying all along. This is very true. Maybe this is all just part of your plan, and you tricked us into escorting you here so you could grab whatever it was you wanted. Your accusation is not entirely baseless. After this, I will also apply for and submit myself to the Institute's credibility review. As far as I'm concerned, though, Mr. Naka is the one more likely to have committed this act. If it really was his doing, then he should be the one with the most to gain from it. Even if I am listed alongside him as a suspect, his chances of being convicted are certainly greater than mine. Fair enough, sir. My voice is actually starting to go. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can feel it. I'm just going... I'm going to just drop by here and give off my Hydroculus. Oh my word, my fingers were on the wrong keys. I apologize profusely. Okay, we go up one level, get some hydro sigils. Yeah, it's great. Let's speed it along, shall we? I have no idea what my reward was, but I guess I'll take it, whatever it was. 60 primogems. Oh my word. Is that it? Another depth key. I don't know where they are. I don't know. They're somewhere. I could just look at a map. I just like to come across them organically, you know? Validate, please look left or right before you cross the street. I have 119 on offer. Okay, we're going from level 8 to level 11? Question mark? Yeah. One sigil off. No way. 2 wishes. You shouldn't have. How sweet of you. I'm going to use those immediately. Thank you. Follow 3 Sealy. Bear witness to the story of the Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering. Only 36%? Jesus, that's a bit stark. Oh, yes. Oh, again, I always forget this step. So that should be 3 wishes. Yay. So I think all in all we gained 10 wishes today from playing thereabouts. Which is not bad. So we should be around 50 pity? Ish? 50-ish? Maybe?
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Still a very long way to go, and considering I'm going to be away for PAX, gosh. Well, maybe I have 1 day before I have to leave, so maybe I just need to smash out a little Genshin tomorrow. And see how much I can get through of the Archon quest line to therefore get, primogems.